Hey y'all. Okay, as some of y'all I'm sure already know, is that Derek Chauvin, the officer that killed George Floyd, he has received a bond, okay, for $500,000. And his wife is also, she's filing for divorce. Um, sorry. Okay. It says bail was set at $500,000 for the now former Minneapolis officer who was seen on video kneeling on the neck of George Floyd, a handcuffed black man who died in custody after pleading that he could not breathe. Derek Chauvin was arrested Friday and charged with third-degree murder and manslaughter, according to the criminal complaint filed in the 4th Judicial District Court of Minnesota. Court documents obtained Friday night did not indicate that Chauvin was out on bail, but it did indicate that if he does bond out, it was set at $500,000. Also Friday night, ABC News confirmed Chauvin's wife filed for divorce. Kelly Chauvin, through her attorney, expressed condolences to Floyd's family and said she had filed for dissolution of her marriage. Her husband was taken into custody by state investigators a short time before Hennepin County Attorney Mike Freeman announced the charges. The defendant had his knee on Mr. Floyd's neck for 8 minutes and 40 seconds in total. 2 minutes and 53 seconds of this was after Mr. Floyd was non-responsive, according to the criminal complaint filed by Freeman against Chauvin. The investigation is ongoing, Freeman said, adding that he anticipated charges against the other 3 officers involved in the incident. We entrust our police officers to use certain amounts of force to do their job to protect us. They commit a criminal act if they use this force unreasonably, like Chauvin did. There was no immediate comment from Chauvin's attorney or the Minneapolis Police Union. Chauvin's arrest came Friday morning as fires continued to burn from violent protests overnight as demonstrators demanded justice for Floyd. There had been 3 nights of protests, which escalated in violence as some protesters torched a police precinct that had been abandoned by officers. News of the arrest also came after Minnesota Governor Tim Walz acknowledged the abject failure in the response to this week's protest and called for swift justice for the officers involved in Floyd's death. Walz said the state would take over the response to the protest and added it was time to show respect and dignity to those who are suffering. Okay, now the crazy thing is they wait until, like, this article was published at 11 o'clock, okay? 11 o'clock at night. That's when it was updated with the bond and all of that, okay? So anyways, the thing is, they put this out knowing that, like, they have put in an order for the curfew. Okay, they put in an order for this curfew at 8 o'clock. Nobody's staying in. They're still out there protesting. But the crazy thing is, y'all, the police, like, I mean, they might be out there now, and they might be in some areas, but there's a reporter out here who, she's out there reporting and recording, and they're protesting, not one single police officer. Okay? National Guard, police officer, nothing. And they're protesting. There's tons of cars, tons of people. There's cars burning, being set on fire, and there's no officers. Okay? The thing that scares me is what I feel like they're doing is they're literally sitting back because they know what's going on. It's not like they think that the protest just stopped because they said so. No. They know what's going on, and it's like they're waiting for the right time, and I think that's when they're just gonna start shooting. And it's so sad. It's so sad. I feel my heart goes out to everybody, all of us affected by George Floyd's death, okay? But his family, his loved ones, like, It's so sad, and it's sad that they're still playing with it like it's a game. This man literally sat there and killed him on camera. Okay, killed him on camera, and we saw what happened, and he was out for days. It took days for him to be arrested. The day he gets arrested, now all of a sudden they announce at night that he has a bond when people are supposed to be in the house, because they already know if this man gets out of jail, good luck is all I can say. Good luck to him, because he possibly won't make it. Okay? But I want to show y'all this real quick. Well, if it'll work, but it's I want to show y'all this video. It shows when the reporter's out there, and it shows there's no officers, no nothing. Let's see. Okay. And I also saw the order, well, I saw where the mayor, I believe, the mayor, he had like ordered that emergency curfew or whatever. He had ordered an emergency curfew. And dang, what was I going to say? Oh yeah, he said that anybody that was out at that time, anybody that was out after the curfew, he said, and reporters are no different. He said they'll be facing 90 days in jail and $1,000 fines. Okay, but it also specifically said, though, it does not, that reporters are not exempt from that. And it said that if reporters are filming, if they're filming the military or the police officers, if they're filming anything that has to do with them out there during the protest tonight after the curfew, that they'll be facing 90 days in jail and $1,000 fine. Okay, so what are they trying to do? See, that's what it is. That's what people need to realize. They don't want us to see any more than what we already have. Okay, we've already seen this man kill George Floyd for no reason at all. Okay, none whatsoever. So now there's all this backlash coming because he was in the wrong. Derek Chauvin was in the wrong. Alright? So it's basically like, the police, I mean, they don't want to be stopped from what they want to do. They want to shoot, they want to kill, they want to get rid of these protesters. But as long as there's reporters on the scene with cameras and all this stuff in their face, they can't do what they want to do. Let me turn my mic off real quick.
And right now, the protesters rule the streets. The National Guard, nowhere to be seen. The state police, nowhere to be seen. The local police, nowhere to be seen. The sheriff's department, nowhere to be seen. The protesters are the ones that feel like these streets are their streets, which you will hear people chant, and they have been walking. The 3rd precinct, by the way, is down that way about 2 miles. We are 2 miles past where people have been for several days now as we've watched this unfold. And now we are 2 miles past that. You can see a fire going on there. That is cars that are on fire. Protesters here. And of course, there's an explosion because there is gas and there are all kinds of things inside of these cars. But I'm going to take you past the fires because you've been seeing fires all along and show you what's happening in these streets. These cars that you're seeing behind us, those are folks who are in support of more arrests of police officers in the case of George Floyd. They have been riding up and down, doing whatever they pleased in these streets, and there is no police presence whatsoever at this time. Very similar to yesterday in the sense that we saw no police after the 3rd precinct caught fire. Today, what is incredible that I have never seen in covering dozens of protests across my career and across the world, I have never seen police disappear, and I'm talking about the National Guard. They told everyone from the state police, they made a huge announcement saying you are in violation of an order to disperse because there is a curfew at 8. It is as if there was no curfew ordered at this time. Protesters have taken over the streets here. I'm on East Lake Street and now Park Avenue South here in Minneapolis. And almost every single one of these buildings that we're walking past has some damage or is boarded up. To my left over there, the Park Lake Car Wash, you can see the glass blown out there. And I'm going to pull us out of the road a little bit. You can see glass blown out in many different places here. But we are so far from where we were reporting yesterday, which was really sort of very close to where George Floyd ended up having a knee in his neck and losing his life.
Well, that really
way
means...
past that, and folks are just walking, trying to find the line.
That means a lot, Sarah, considering the considerable reporting that you have done all across the world. As I mentioned last night, a decorated war correspondent, and here you are saying that you have not seen a situation like this where there is no law enforcement, especially on a street or streets of the United States in a major city in the United States of America.
Wow. So I can't sit here and say, I'm not going to think for a second that the police are scared because they know that the protesters aren't playing. The police aren't scared. They might be scared a little bit, for their own lives, but not enough to where they're not going to be out there doing all this stuff. That's not why they're doing that. I'm telling you, they're waiting until the right minute, and they're going to come out, and they're going to be they're going to just go crazy on them. They got the National Guards. You already know they're going to have helicopters, all kinds of stuff. They're about to, it's something, and it's so sad. It's so sad that it has to be like this, y'all. It's just, and it doesn't, none of this ever had to even happen. All of this happened because of Derek Chauvin. It's so heartbreaking. It really, really is. So, let's see, I'm trying to think if there was anything else that I needed to show y'all. I don't think so. Let me go back. Just check. No, I don't think so. Nope. Alright, well, I'm going to get off of here. Y'all have a wonderful night. I just wanted to show y'all this. Let y'all know this. It's a bunch of crap. It disgusts me that this man even has the opportunity to get out of jail. He should never get out. He should die in jail. Like, there should be no bond. How do you get a bond? I'm sure somebody did that to his son or friend or anything. He wouldn't want them to have a bond. I just don't see how he deserves that. And it's not the fact, it doesn't matter that it's $500,000. I mean, if you got collateral, you can put things up. You can get a loan. It's called, the bank, whatever. I'm telling you, watch, I think he's going to get out. And I hope and pray to God not. But I don't know. I mean, it might, who knows? Maybe I don't know. We'll just have to see. Okay, I'm not going to sit here and say all that on here, but y'all know what I'm saying. We'll just have to see what happens, okay? So, I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later. Oh yeah, that was my Twitter I was on. If y'all want to, my name on Twitter is the same as here, Beach Beauty 35. If y'all want to follow me on Twitter or whatever. My Facebook link's down below. My email's down below. If you want to send me anything, you can through there, or you can send it through Facebook or whatever. I believe that's it. I'm trying to think. It seems like it was something else I needed to tell y'all. If it is, I'll tell y'all next time. But I love y'all. Y'all have a wonderful night or morning, and I will talk to y'all later. God bless and stay safe.